YouTube? It's your boy Gen Z President. I'm back with another video. It's been a minute. Just been out the way, man. Still investing in assets, still building equity, still looking forward. But a lot of things been going on in the market, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So first, let's get into the New York Times. See what's going on. We already know the stuff that's going on right now that's impacting the world on a huge scope. You can tell by looking at the S&P 500 that things are not what the overall market, that we ain't in a good space right now. So let's look at some stuff that we already don't know about. Refugee died at the border agent, state dependent cuts, renouncing U.S. citizen to 450. Let's see. Predicting the man's bracket on Selection Sunday. I think I'm going with who we got. I'm gonna take Purdue. To win it all, or maybe Arkansas. Like Arkansas might take those two people to win it. But the girls, I like the girls. South Carolina team, I think they can go and win it. I know they're like huge underdogs right now, but you can never count Dawn out. Slants. Okay. All right. Enough of this. Let's get to the market. All right. Let's take a look at S&P 500. All right, guys. I think this is just a prediction. So we're at 662 right now. That 6-month floor will be 652. And from there, we had a huge bounce. But if you look back at, let's see, last April, I believe that was the last big dip we had. The tier 4 should be somewhere up in there, right? So we bottomed out right here at 564, bottomed out at 496. But ever since then, we went on a 33% climb. So check this out. I think between now and the end of April, the bottom is in. But I do want, this is a extreme prediction. I think the bottom is in. It's gonna be in this week. I think we have a big $10 move from spot, maybe $15 from spot, sometime this week. So you might get into some calls to see if we run, or we can just keep dipping. But I don't think we get under 652. I think right here it's a nice little floor we'll bounce off of. So some little calls for y'all to get in. Let's take a look at NVDIA. Where we at? 180. Man, I remember when this thing got under 99. I didn't buy enough, and I'm so mad about it. I just don't feel comfortable buying the 180 because of this whole AI burst, AI bubble, whatever. And so I don't hold that many shares, but I am investing in the company. But I like NVIDIA like in the low hundreds if we can get back there. I know it's probably not possible, but if you see, what's this, the year? If you see this year, like a little imaginary line where I got the cursor, if we ever broke there, I would love to buy. And that would be like 153. And I think that we could potentially come all the way back to 100 to fill this huge gap. You see that? To fill that huge gap, and keep going. See, boom, right here. You got a bottom, and it has to come back. It might come back to touch this bottom at 120. We don't know when, but it will come back eventually, and then it'll keep going up. But that's where I'll buy NVIDIA. Let's take a look at Microsoft, because Microsoft been dipping, but I feel like it's a generational buying opportunity. Microsoft Corp. Okay, in the past 6 months, it's down 23%. Year to date, 18%. So it's dipping, but it's not that bad. Like over 5 years, it's still up 71%, which is not a lot when you look at like all the other big companies and stuff. And Max is up 395,000%, which is crazy. What was you doing in May 9th, 1986? Crazy times. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. We at 71.8, and this is why, check this out. So Bitcoin has been leading the market quietly. But it would take off maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks before SPY does. And at one time, I was trading SPY and I saw Bitcoin dip, and I took SPY, like for SPY to actually start chasing it that day, which it did, and I made like almost 500%. So Bitcoin has sneakily ran up from like this 69,000 area. It has ran up the, what did it get to right here? 72,000. Came back, and I think we're gonna have a $10,000 day soon, and then you're gonna get all the believers back on buying Bitcoin and stuff, and you should have just been averaging in monthly or whatever. But I think we hit probably 75, 76,000 maybe this week, and if the WAR has concluded this week, we'll definitely see a huge run. Which my guess, I think we see some big news that'll happen this week. So it might be good to get a Friday call, $15 move. So $50 move on SPY. I try to make y'all some money right now. So let's see, $15 move on SPY will be what, 677, 677, 66, 72, 677. So maybe a 680 call for Friday, and then you have to get in when the market moves that day because the contract's going to spike up. You take money, you get out of there. So, all right, but Bitcoin outlook, I know people was projecting 200,000, or I think we just coasting this 70 to 85, 90,000 to the rest of the year, which is good because it gives you an opportunity to load the boat. And I always say when you're looking at Bitcoin, especially IBIT, like the price don't matter, bro. Like you just betting on. If you think the markets are rigged, you're just betting on it to continue to surpass its all-time high. And so if you're looking at IBIT right here, right, IBIT all-time high was like 71, it's at 40. It's a steal because you know that it's going to continue to go up in time. It's going to surpass its all-time high. So just look at your share count. I always tell everybody that. Don't worry about the price. Look at the share count, especially when it's cheaper. That's the time to start loading the boat for sure. And then when you talk about loading the boat, you have to sacrifice something. And I'll let you think about that when you sacrificing. If you're not saving that much money, you might need to sell your car, get another second job or something like that. But actually getting to 1,000 shares or one Bitcoin, especially if you if you're born in like the 1990s, it's definitely a generational buy for sure. You'll regret not getting into it. Just buy and then get into another asset class for sure. But make sure you got your pyramid at least something with 1,000 shares. So all right, one more I want to look at is Tesla. So Tesla has kind of been quiet for sure with the expectations of SpaceX releasing Anthropic and all of that. I feel like that has taken most of the noise when it comes to like Tesla for sure. But right now, Tesla is volatile. I feel like it's just as volatile as Bitcoin. So the high for Tesla this year was, and it's only March, 489, and the low was 227. But that's what Tesla like to do. Tesla like to come, make a new high, and go back and touch its bottom. So I think Tesla might touch 284, and then go right to 500. So just wait for that pullback on Tesla, and that'll be a good opportunity for you to get in and buy some for sure. So in my previous videos, I used to talk about Beyond Meat. So I actually have sold off majority of my stake, and like a couple months after it ran, when they made it a meme stock, whatever like that. But I was really bullish on this company for sure, and then like it just died out. And especially when something started getting labeled a meme, it's like it's over with. So 76 cents, $760 to get you 1,000 shares. Somehow they got a buyback. That would be an awesome opportunity to get in. But since it has the whole meme stock mechanism, now I would stay away from it honestly. But let's look at AMC. It's been a long time since I actually looked at AMC. And AMC is $1, and I know there's people out there that are still holding AMC. Oh my God! So did the shorts or the bears win? The shorts crushed. And so at $1.09, I mean, the movie theaters are still the movie theaters. You get your popcorn, you buy. I still love those for like date nights. So it's like, hey, it's a good company. I guess with the engagement of Amazon Prime, I feel like movies hit Amazon almost 2 to 3 weeks after they leave the movie theaters. Well, they hit the movie theaters. And so I feel like that might be taking a majority of the stake. But I just can't give up on AMC because I don't have disclaimer. I don't hold any AMC, but just like thinking about like just going out to the movies, getting popcorn. I don't think that will ever die. So buying 1,000 shares for $1.09, hoping that they can innovate one day, I would definitely say that's an awesome steal. And so I might actually think about getting in on that. And so if you bought it right now, say for $1, right, and it somehow got back to $200, that's $233,000 off of $1,000 risk. So all right, that's it. Also, check this out. I have been busy. I have been creating digital products, right? Called the Freedom Portfolio. And so what the Freedom Portfolio does is introduces you to stocks. It talks about savings accounts, IRAs, 401ks, different things like that. And it's on sale for $25. So people out there, if you got your taxes, if you don't know where to put it, you know, where to park it or whatever you want to call it, I'll take a look at the Freedom Portfolio on Gumroad. This is the Instagram page. The handle is the Freedom Portfolio. And then you click the link in the bio and then go buy a digital product. So let's see if I can pull up my personal page. Gen Z Press. Gen Z President. Okay, let's see if I can find it this way. I can't find my page up here, but I know following, boom, right here, my personal page, right? So my personal page has a link tree up here. And in my link tree, I have a beginner's guide for personal finance. That's the Gumroad product that I was just showing you about. Peace of mind starts with an emergency fund. And also Open Your Brokerage Today. So Open Your Brokerage Today is a direct link to Robinhood. And this is where if you create an account, we both get 25. Well, we both get one free stock. So take advantage of that today, especially for the new investors. I think Robinhood is the best platform as far as like visibility when it comes to starting off your investing journey. Peace of mind starts with an emergency fund. This right here is marketed by Goldman Sachs. This is the emergency high yield savings account I use for all emergencies. So usually when you request a withdrawal, you get it within like 2 to 3 hours. So marketed by Goldman and it's offering 3.65 APY. Sorry. And 9 pages of Being a Millionaire ebook. So this is an ebook that I created in 2019. So 2022 actually, and this is where I actually gave some great gems. This was the time where the cars, I guess like were like the Dodge Chargers, whatever, were going extinct, and they ended up, you know how they was advertising, hey, buy a Charger, whatever like that. So I gave a little knowledge on that. I talked about different investment strategies. Definitely Tesla. I was in that super early, made a lot of money on that. So this book is, I would say, outdated, but it still offers some good information about investing in some different pointers when you're actually buying. And it's only $7.99 on Amazon. And that is it. And just like I said, this is the Gumroad product, the Freedom Portfolio. If you're a savings account person, you're getting pennies on the dollar every month, and are you just a person that put money under your pillow or your mattress, definitely take a look at this and expand your knowledge on when to start. But I just came to check in on y'all. Still investing heavy. I'm gonna try to be consistent, like dropping every Sunday or whatever. New job in a new state now, and so let's get it. Stay motivated, stay consistent, grow to being a millionaire in 2020, 30. I'm out.